Perspective drawings are another way of drawing 3D objects that have some very important differences than isometric drawings. Perspective drawings are a way of drawing 3D objects where the object vanishes into the distance. What this means is that the closer something is, the bigger it appears, and the farther away something is, the smaller it appears, which is what we experience in real life. If you look at a mountain way off in the distance, it doesn't look very big. But if you stand really close to the base of a mountain, all of a sudden it looks enormous. So perspective drawings are a way to try to capture our real life sense of perspective where things close up are big and things far away are small. What are the advantages of a perspective drawing? Well, for starters, they're more realistic. They also give depth to a picture or to an object that we don't capture in something like an isometric drawing or especially in the views. You capture little to no depth in the view of an object. So taking a look at this picture below of this deck on this beautiful beach, or this dock, I should say, what we see is that the dock vanishes into the distance. The further along into the depth of the picture you go, it vanishes away. So what does that mean for the disadvantages? Well, the advantage was that it looks realistic, but the disadvantage to that realism is that things that are the same length will appear larger or smaller based on the image. So like, for example, the thickness of this building is this thick because it's up close, but the thickness of this far away building, even though those thicknesses are probably the same, all of a sudden it's looking a lot smaller. And so it's really hard to get a sense of what's an equal length. Is this distant building a little thicker than this nearby building or a little thinner? I have no way of telling that with a perspective drawing. The other tricky part has to do with angles. Isometric drawings had kind of funny angles in them as well, especially with right angles. And there's going to be a different problem here related to angles, which is that if we look at, for example, in a right angle here, it's different than a right angle up here in the drawing.